Hey guys, so are we all? So welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a general weekly reading for Sagittarius placements. So if you have Sagittarius as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know can be found in the description box below. So we're using the Modern Witch Tarot for your reading today. Please bear in mind that this is a general reading with the messages. Only take we feel resonates and leave the rest. And please use your own sense of discernment with the messages and not force them to fit with a particular situation. Angels of love and light, could please have clear and concise messages for Sagittarius placements. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear for the current energies for the upcoming week of the 9th of June to the 15th of June 2025? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Please and thank you. Just cutting up the deck for you now, and we'll get into your read. So we have the Hermit, Virgo energy, and we have the World, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius coming through with the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Guys, some of you have this potential fear of being seen. Of being seen in this sense of, for instance, if you're on the spiritual path, right? And you've been doing the shadow work, you've been doing the healing, you've gone through the dark night of the soul and the spiritual awakening and the ascension, and you've been the student and now you're the master, right? But it's like you've reached this master status and you guys are then like kind of putting yourself out there or trying to put yourself out there, and then you kind of hold yourself back. There's like the doubts that creep in and you're like, well, maybe I haven't learnt enough. Maybe I don't have enough knowledge. Maybe I don't have that much wisdom. Maybe I don't have that much to share. What happens if people say this, or how people will judge me for that? Like, but what I'm hearing is that there will be people who would love to hear from you, would love to know more about you, would love to be able to learn from you, right? I mean, you guys, you know, you're the ruler of the ninth house, and we have the number 9 here with the Hermit, right? So the ninth house is to do with philosophy, it's to do with knowledge, it's to do with travel, it's to do with spirituality, it's to do with, you know, the higher calling, as it were, and such and such. And you have so many like innate gifts, talents, and abilities to be able to share. And I feel that it's important that you recognize why you keep on holding yourself back from being seen, like authentically. And I feel that you guys already put yourself out there to a certain degree, but there's a sense of the next level up, right? In order to have that sense of advancement or growth, particularly if you have a spiritually based business or a practice, or if you're on like a, you know, a platform, maybe for instance like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or something like this, like you have your own website, what have you, there's still some sort of element that you're putting yourself out there, but it's not to the point where you're fully out there. It's like you've dipped your toe into the water and then taken it back out again because it's a bit too cold in the water, if you get what I mean. It's like you've had a little feel for it and you'd be like, right, no, that just seems too daunting for me, rather than just kind of going at a distance, right, from the pond or the lake or whatever it is, and then doing like a running jump start, like, and then jumping straight in, full in, to do with the water, right? So, and water represents emotions. So there's something to do with your emotions that keep cropping up that are making you feel a little bit anxious or fearful or worried or concerned about, or maybe even a little bit insecure about putting yourself out there fully. Like, I'm even hearing someone say imposter syndrome, or what do people think and feel if like I'm a fraud or something, and I'm not getting that at all. I feel like you're the real deal. You are someone that has gone through it, right? And you've got the experiences firsthand to be able to talk about certain things. Like, you've gone through it, right? You don't need a certain certificate or a qualification or a piece of paper to prove to others what you've gone through in your life, to showcase that you've been there, you've done it, and you got the t-shirt, right? So I feel that you are getting ready to open yourself up more to the possibility of others seeing you. There's also been this worry about like either fear of failure or fear of success, but I'm not getting so much of fear of failure. I'm picking up on more to do with the fact, well, what happens if I become really successful? What happens then? Like, it's daunting, especially if you've been in a position and place in your life where you may have felt like you've had the odd win now and again. But when I mean really successful, like, obviously success depends on however you view of success, but 9 times out of 10, most people, when they say success, they say, famous or celebrity status, or somebody that is very well known, very well established, somebody that is, like, known around the world, global, international, right? So I'm hearing that you've had to go through this process of maturity, right? I'm getting being spiritually mature, emotionally mature, right? Maybe you've been more physically mature because you've been on a particular path for a while and you got the few, the grey hairs, the white hairs, right? And it's interesting because I do believe that in regards to the spiritual meaning and symbolism of grey hair is the fact of spiritual maturity, right? So if you were someone that was younger, or you are a younger person, that shouldn't really be technically going grey, right? But you've had some grey hair come through or white hair come through. It actually shows that you have matured so much on a soul level, like spiritually, that you are someone that's wiser beyond your years, like an old soul, right? So I'm getting that for some reason, okay? But anyway, let's look into this. Guys, you saw me shuffle the cards and then judgment come out. I mean, there's your card. What else is going on here for Sagittarius? I'm hearing it's a big week for you because you have the full moon in your sign on the 11th. 5 of Wands. You're going to have to make an important judgment call in regards to certain individuals in your life. Yeah, with the 4 of Swords, I feel like there could potentially be a few individuals getting on your nerves, right? Aggravating you a little bit, irritating you a little bit. I'm getting a sense of pettiness, whether that's to do with friends or family, or to do with people in the workplace or people that you used to work with, right? Yeah, I'm getting like like looking at these people, like giving them the side eye, right? You're just tired. You're just tired. You may not feel like you fully resonate with certain individuals anymore, and you're just wanting to get some space, like get some rest and be away from certain people or energies here. I'm hearing, were they always like that? Were they always like that? So it's interesting. It's like you're seeing people through a new lens, right? King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. 7 of Swords. You're looking at them sideways, like, were they always like that? And then you're realizing, yes, they were. or like you've been receiving signs, synchronicities to give you that sense of internal validation that your intuition has been right, your judgment call has been right in regards to certain people, 1111 on the timer, and that you're to walk away from these people here, right? To cut your losses with certain people because they're not going to change with that Five of Swords, and move yourself on forward here and close that cycle with whoever or whatever you've got going on in your life. Okay. Three of Cups. I feel like you've just got to a point now where you only want to be surrounded by people that just kind of naturally get you, that understand you, that resonate with you, that feel aligned with you. I'm hearing positive vibes only. I feel like you're done with whatever else that you've had in your life. Yeah, with the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. I'm getting this energy of you having this heightened intuition here. Yeah, and then there's you, Knight of Wands coming through next, and the Nine of Cups. With the Tower. There's something about this particular week where you're going to find out a few things. There may have been certain secrets that were kept from you, and you're going to find out about them. It could range to a whole host of things, right? Even if that's people's true intentions, how people truly feel about you, what they really think about you, right? You could be finding that out. That's the truth with the Ace of Swords. That's clarity. Yeah, some of you are going to really find out, what's what. Some of this may be shocking. Some of this you may have already previously felt, but didn't have the physical, tangible evidence of certain things, and you're going to get it, right? As I say, that Page of Pentacles. You're going to get it. And with that happening, it's like you're going to trust yourself and your judgment and your discernment even more than you did before. I'm hearing I knew, not in an egotistical way, but I'm hearing I knew I was right all along. Yeah, Three of Swords. And one more to go underneath the King of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. Five of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. It's interesting because we have, the Seven of Swords here, and then we have the 4 and the 3 adding up together with another 7, right? And then we've got the 7 to the 8 of Swords. So I feel like there's definitely been something held back from you, a certain truth or a secret, or somebody has not been as open as they should have been in regards to something that may have occurred in the past or about the past. And I feel that when this comes up, you may have a difficult time potentially processing whatever this is. This may stress you out, but I feel like you'll be able to deal with it accordingly. But it may kind of, in the first instance, feel quite awkward or uncomfortable, because I feel like you're going to be fully in the know with information that you either potentially thought was very plausible or very possible, and then you're having that sense of confirmation about it, or there's something completely left field that comes through, and you may have had a strong inclination of someone because of their behavior or the way that they were, but you never kind of added up two and two together for them to be doing of something or have done of something which would then cause you to look at them in a whole different light. And that could be potentially a little bit painful. The other message I'm getting is that with this particular week, not to get drawn into any arguments, okay? Don't get caught up in the crossfire. I got a very interesting message for Aquarius, right? Along these types of lines. So maybe you have Aquarius placements, even though Aquarius hasn't come up in this reading. I am getting that you may have Aquarius placements, or it may be worthwhile to check out that reading as well to see if some of that potentially resonates for you. You may have it as one of your other signs in your birth chart, right? With what I've labeled at the beginning: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mercury, or North Node, right? I do get this indication that you have been let down a lot, right, by people who've kind of not necessarily followed through with certain things. I'm getting broken promises, people that have been false, um, people that haven't had the best of intentions in regards to you, the purest of intentions. And I feel like you've learned the hard way with several things, especially in regards to relationships. Now, whether that's romantic or not. And this has been kind of soul destroying at times, and may have got you into a position and place where you've had to retreat and take some time out from certain people. I'm getting something along the lines to do with therapy or counseling, may be important here. Whether that's something that you're looking into, whether that's something that you're currently doing as of right now, maybe something you never thought that you would end up doing and then you're doing it, right? Because obviously you've, matured here. Or people around you that have gone through that particular process, and it's kind of helped assist them in some sort of way to look at things from a different angle. So maybe there's a sense of reflection upon that as well, or there has been. I feel like you're somebody that that has a lot of people that kind of look up to you in some sort of way, right? I feel that you are someone that is potentially an expert in your field to do with your career or your business. I mean, I was picking up on that before, when the master becomes the teacher with, but I was getting that more to do with your spiritual path, right? To do with your healing journey, to do with all of that. But I'm actually getting that you may have mastered a particular skill in the physical here, right? You could be somebody that is very well known for what you do, very talented at what they do, but you've also had to work hard at it as well, and you've made many sacrifices to do with this. And I'm hearing that that is going to pay off for you. But there has been a lot of heartache and suffering to do with you getting to this position and place in your life in regards to your career or your business. It hasn't been easy. I feel like you've had to probably make sacrifices in regards to your social life. You've had to cut down your circle of friends. You may have, one or two people that you really get on well with, and then that's kind of it, to be honest. Sorry about that if you can hear that. I just heard a phone ringing, so somebody may be giving you a call this week, a phone call, or you're feeling called to reach out to talk to somebody as well. I'm hearing here if you need to chat, which is quite nice. I feel like you're somebody that has a very competitive nature as well. I feel like you're somebody very driven, very ambitious, like you go after what you want. I feel like you're quite a strategic person, but not in a calculating way. That's not what I'm getting in regards to um what's the wording? Like not kind of like bulldozing your way through people to get to where you want to get to, right? Um that kind of message. That's what I'm picking up on. I feel like you're not somebody that's like a winning at all costs type of thing, regardless of how it, hurts others or anything like that. You're not somebody like that, but I feel like you may have come across people like that, which has been pretty heartbreaking, I'm hearing, because it's like then you're seeing true colors of individuals and the fact that, how the world can be. What else? I do get this impression, guys, that there's a situation that you're going to be leaving in the past, and I'm hearing good riddance, right? Good riddance. So, if there's been a legal situation that you've been dealing with, you could be hearing news to do with this. It may be to do with a payout, or to do with a particular outcome. I feel like something's working out in your favor, but it's definitely dragged on a bit. If you've been dealing with a legal situation, but I do feel as well that you're ready to embark on a new cycle in your life. And it may be bittersweet because you could have been in a position and place, literally, like physically or metaphorically, for a long time that was familiar, that was comfortable, that did its thing, it did its job. But then it got to a position and place where it's like you felt all antsy because you've just been wanting the sense of change. And I feel like this is coming through, and you're actually kind of getting ready to embrace and embark on this new journey and not feeling as fearful or worried about what's going to be up ahead for you. I feel like you're just trying to embrace it more rather than, planning every single step that is potentially necessary for it to get you from A to B, if you get what I mean. But anyway, guys, that's kind of all I'm picking up on. But we have strong Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming through. We have fire, we have water, we have air, a little bit of earth. But 333, 777, 33, 444, 555, 888, 2020 may be significant. But that's going to be the end of the reading. So I hope there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys in those comments when I can. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video or post on the community board. But have a good week, sending love and light your way, many blessings, and please take care. Thank you. Bye, guys.